y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. I got a report that I want to share with you. It's a long report. This is not going to be a long video. I will put the link to this in the description, but I want to show you that the plans for 2025 have been in the works for a very long time. And if you look at this, let you look at this cover because there's a whole lot of subliminal stuff in here. If you look at this symbol, this is the symbol for the United Nations. Look at this. So you see that symbol right there? So look at that and then look at this. Same symbol. And this symbol says the International Monetary Fund, which is IMF. So this report was created back in 2010, but they started working on it in 2008 after the financial crisis here that began here in America, but basically destabilized the entire world. And so, what I want to convey to y'all is that nothing is accidental. All this stuff has been planned out. The adversary has a movie plot. Let's just call it what it is. It's a movie plot. And we're all just actors in the movie, doing what we are told to do. And they are making moves based off a script. Because a lot of us don't read and we don't know, we've been living in ignorance. We just have been so ignorant. And I'm talking about myself too. We just didn't know. But I want to talk about this because I want you to understand what's coming and how and look at just how far in advance these people plan these things. So when you look at, I'm gonna only read one page to you and I'm gonna do the outline of this report. I'm gonna put the report in the comment section. I'm not gonna put it in the description because when I do, it just seems like the algorithms don't like that. So I'm gonna put it there, but I'm gonna share with you how this stuff that we're experiencing and that we're going to experience has been in the works for a long time. And while we're all sitting around like, oh, this one is bad, this one is good, this one is bad, this one is good, you're going to see everybody been on the same team for a long time. The puppet master got everybody divided so that we are easily conquered. So let's get into this. Now, this is my first page. Y'all see this emblem right here? See that? See that? See that? All right, let's go. Global Governance 2025 at a critical juncture. Not going to read this stuff right here because I don't want to raise any issues with getting this video flagged, but I will read that this was created or published September 2010. We are in 2024, may as well say. So let's get it. All right. This is the preface of this report. Keep in mind the words that they say in the preface. I'm not even going through all of it. You're going to have to go through this report yourself. But I need y'all to understand everything is planned out already. If you read this, you'll know what's coming next. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Adversary got to let you know what is happening before it happens. And so here we are, and just read the report. I can't read it to you. I'm not going to post it anyplace else. Let's go share this preface with you. I'll give you the link in the comments, not in the description. and then you can go look at it yourself. And I will pin it. I don't know if they're going to let this video stay posted. If not, I'll try something else. Okay, so it says the United States is, I don't know how to say these words because I don't want to bring any heat. The body that created this report, let me blow it up so I don't have to say it. These people right here, these folks, demons, and the EU have joined forces to produce this assessment of the long-term prospects for global governance frameworks. The global governance is already here. Now, if you go back to when the UN was formed, the UN was formed in 1945. So we already have global governance. We just didn't realize what it was. They didn't tell us that. They just acted like it was a body of people that get together and fix stuff, have discussions. But really and truly, this was the setting up of the global governance structure for the final government of the world. And while it starts in NYC, it will not be in NYC. It is going to end up in this place. Oh my God, will you please get off of here? This place. And notice that 3 years after the UN was founded, this place was founded. The same place that's fighting today and that is claiming to be where everybody's coming back to. I can't say what I want to say, but anyway, I'm gonna put a link to this in the description as well. If you understand times and seasons and use your critical thinking skills, you put all this stuff together. It ain't that hard to figure out. Okay, so it says this exercise builds on the experience of the two institutions that are noted in the beginning of the first sentence of this preface, in identifying the key trends shaping the future international system. So they're telling you there's going to be a future international system in 2010. They didn't tell us that, but they are telling, they're talking about it in this report, and they unclassified it and made it public. So that's how you know they are bold and they understand we don't read. It says this exercise builds on the experience of the two institutions in identifying the key trends shaping the future international system. Since the mid 1990s, the organization that created this report has produced 4 editions of its landmark Global Trends report. The most recent one, Global Trends 2025, A Transformed World, published in late 2008, noted that momentous change was ahead, with the gap between increasing disorder and weakening governance structures widening. Ain't that interesting? The EU peoples produced the first EU report on the factors affecting the evolution of the international system in 2006. Of course, it would come from the children of the corn nations because they got to be in control over everything. And it's just interesting. Just interesting. The new global puzzle. What world for the EU in 2025? The report stressed that a multipolar system, and you notice that's what everybody's been talking about, multipolar, multilateralism, shared governance is emerging, that matching the new distribution of power with new rules and institutions will be critical to preserving international peace and stability. This is important for us to understand. So they want you to go to war. They want you to be mad at your neighbor. They want us to be mad about race. They want us to be mad about all this stuff so we can be divided. It's easy to conquer us. They already got the plans. They already got the movie script. They already got us all stirred up, tangled in our underwear. And no matter what we think we're going to do, they've already, mapped out what this future international system is going to look like and be. We're just watching the final pieces of it be implemented on us on a global scale. The US and EU do not always see eye to eye on every issue on the international agenda, which I don't know why they have an international agenda, because you don't get to control but the people that belong to your collective. How you get to control the whole earth? And like nobody has no questions about that. But they share fundamental values and strategic interests to an extent not matched by any other partners in the world. Of course not, because colonization is the plan. And nobody else on earth want to colonize nothing. We just want to be left in peace. But the children of the corn can't do that. So you look at who created this body and who funds it, who gives it the most money, and all the things that are happening. I don't know if I published a video about Congress passed the bill, legislation where you can't withdraw from the UN. Like, so if you see where I'm going with this, you understand that the jig is up, the rig is in. Ain't nothing you're gonna be able to do about this. So you can protest, you can vote, you can do whatever. Nothing is gonna change. They already had meetings. This stuff is done. Transatlantic agreement is no longer enough to effectively manage global challenges. In the transatlantic agreement, now think about this. Transatlantic slave trade, transatlantic agreements are no longer enough to effectively manage global challenges. Why not? Because people waking up. The creator said he was going to wake us up. We are no longer foolish. Now, we might not have the power and the tools physically to do anything about it, but if we wake up spiritually and cry out to the Most High, come out of her, my people, he got our back. But you gotta wake up. But they know we're not gonna wake up because they already got us lulled to sleep with all the things that they need to lull us to sleep with. And I admit I was asleep, but I'm grateful now that I'm awake. But I didn't have any clue about any of this stuff was going on. I didn't connect the dots about these organizations, but I see now that they are all connected. And our leaders have sold us out. Every nation. Doing so will require renewed efforts to address governance gaps and strengthen multilateralism in partnership with other pivotal centers of power and the international community at large. This report provides an informal contribution to an important international debate on the way forward for global, regional, and bilateral institutions and frameworks to meet emerging challenges. So you already know you're going to have some challenges. And we already know it's going to be disorder because they talked about it in the beginning of the report. It is not meant as an exhaustive report card evaluating the performance of individual institutions. While not being policy prescriptive, the report shares a strong belief, as exemplified by multilateralist approaches of the US and EU governments to resolving global problems such as the recent financial crisis. And here we are getting ready to go into another financial crisis. Now, this last one was in 2008. The next one is coming. That global challenges will require global solutions. The report does not seek to examine all the various challenges likely to require multilateralist efforts. Woo! But rather highlights several important governance gaps. We therefore do not go into depth on the proliferation or cybersecurity, which we believe are receiving greater attention. Now, remember, this is back in 2008, 2010. Instead, we focus on such issues as intrastate conflict, resource management, migration and biotechnology, gene therapy, gene editing, all that kind of stuff, new medicines. I wish I could say what I want to say, but I can't. Anyway, they've been talking about this stuff for a long time. So that's what I want to point out to you. Although recognized by many as ongoing challenges, we believe the long term impact of these issues on the strength of the international order has not been fully appreciated. It sure ain't. I don't think we ever gonna appreciate it. Only people appreciate it are the people who making the decisions and who will benefit from power, who can escape, the tyranny of whatever they're proposing. So, the Global Governance 2025 is the result of an inclusive process enriched by wide-ranging consultations with government officials as well as business, academic, NGOs, which are non-governmental organizations, and think tank leaders and media representatives. Why? And you ask, like, why does the media have to be there? Media representatives, that's the propaganda arm, you know? Okay. Now check this out. The media representatives are in Brazil, China, India, Russia, Japan, South Africa, and in the Gulf region, the UAE. That's BRICS. That's BRICS. Period. So if you think that what's happening now is by accident and there's a good and a bad and there's a good leader and a bad leader and this nation is good and this nation is bad, all of them mofos in this together. So gather yourself. You've been played. We've all been played. The diversity of comments and insights, which we have included in the body of the text, testifies both to the richness of the debate and the difficulty of reconciling different interests and standpoints when reforming global governance. So, global governance got to be reformed, and that's what we are living now. A number of experts acknowledged elsewhere have contributed to the success of this project and to the high quality of this report. It's a project. Global Governance 2025 is a project that's going to take us to 2030. And I'm not going to say the names of these organizations, but there are a couple of organizations, if you read the preface, go to the third or fourth paragraph, you'll see it, have steered this process and took charge of drafting the bulk of the report. Their work has set an excellent example of cooperation in delivering joint analysis and achieving a largely shared perspective. The Global Governance 2025 project is, they say it themselves as a project, is innovative in many respects. This is the first time the organization that produced this report from America government has jointly developed and produced an unclassified report with a non-US body. Global Governance 2025 provides an important step with a view to future joint projects on matters of common interest, common good, global governance. So, hope y'all learned something. That was just a preface. Oh, my stuff is dying. Anywho, I'm not going to read all of this. I'm not going to read any more of this. I'm going to just include a link to this report, or you can just do a Google search yourself of the report and read it yourself, which I would actually prefer, because when I put these links in here, I try to make stuff easy for people, but it kills me. Like this is one reason why a lot of this information doesn't get circulated, because the algorithms picks up the links and then they censor them, they hide the videos. So this is the name of the report. That is the web address. I don't know if you can see it. That is it. I'm not going to say it because, again, we don't have freedom of speech anymore. But this is the title. If you type in this, it will come up. Y'all need to read this report because it's off the chain. Anyway, this is Marley K. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Find me on Odyssey, Rumble, Instagram, and Facebook. If you'd like to donate to support this channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Links are in the description. Lastly, keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High. I'm trying to talk fast because my battery's getting ready to die on this computer. But also repent for your sins and come out of this system because, as you can see, we already set up for the okie doke. The plans are already in. We just, actors in a movie and doing what they want us to do. All right. This is Marley K. Love y'all, and I'm out.